So one of the many fun design challenges that we have in my school community, the shirt heads, is this thing called Can You Fix It? So basically it's a way for members in the community to redesign a t-shirt design, a very simple t-shirt design that I create in Canva. So this is the design right here in the post that I'm going to be working on in this video. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to try and redesign this design. I'm going to use some of the design techniques that I know to try and make this get more sales. That's all we do in the shirt heads, is to try and help you create designs that get more sales. So I'm going to do that in this video. I'm going to do it all in Canva too. So it's going to be a Canva tutorial on how I would redesign this funny Christmas in July t-shirt. So let's get to Canva right now and see if I can fix this design. All right, so here we are on Canva. You can see down here, this is the design I made as part of the post for that Can We Fix It? And I did it all in Canva. I'm going to click on it here so you can see the fonts that I use in this one and what I'm going to do to make it better or redesign it. So here it is. And you can see I have been working on one, but I'm going to show you how I got to that point. So first, this is just a design here that I found in Elements. So you can come in here and do Santa Summer, I think I did, and then see all. And there it is right here, Santa Summer. This is a pro one. In fact, some of the best designs, or all of the best designs, most of the best designs are going to be pro. If you turn that off, if you don't have pro and turn that off, I believe you can go to here and just see free. You're very limited on the, you can see a lot of the really good Santa ones are gone. But I'm going to show you some other tricks that I'm going to do to make this better. And this is just one that I found. I don't think it's necessarily the best design out there. So that's one thing I'm going to do to try and get more sales for this, is to create a design that I think people will want to wear. Like this one, it's okay, but the art isn't great. And having really good artwork for your t-shirts, I think, is really helpful to get people to, want to buy it. People don't want to just put anything on their t-shirt or wear anything. They want something that stands out. They want something that looks good, and so on. So the other thing I did here is I just found like a very simple font here. So yes, I did do two fonts, a cursive font and a big font here, and they do look handwritten, which is kind of a good trend right now, but I think we can do better with that, as well as this is on a white t-shirt, and I'm going to try and do it on a dark t-shirt because I think dark t-shirts will sell more. So first things first, let's add another page. Boom, blank page here. I'm going to do first is, like I said, get a better design. So I'm going to start here, grab this, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it on my page 3 here, and I'm going to paste it in here. Now, what I'm going to use is, I didn't see anything that I liked in there, and I kind of like this Santa on the floaty, but I want it in a different art style. So one thing I'm going to do is use this Canva AI, and I'm going to click on it. You can see that's what I did here, and it has the selected image because we already did that. So I don't have to type much. In fact, I'm going to copy this prompt that I did earlier. So create an illustration like this one, but in a fun cartoon style, Santa with glasses and wearing swim shorts sitting on a floaty flamingo tube in the water. I'll do that, copy and paste that. But also, I did this one. Give the Santa a tropical drink in his hand and put Christmas lights around the flamingo floaty. So I'm going to copy that one too. Maybe put a period there, and so on. And let's see what Canva comes up with. Probably going to be a little different than what I had before, but let's see. I'm going to hit submit. I believe this is a pro feature, but I don't see a crown here. So maybe you can still use Canva AI. I think it's a great way to, when you find a design that like a graphic in the Elements and you like it, but maybe you don't like the style, I think this is a great way to use Canva AI for that. You don't have to type up the whole thing, you can kind of use it as a reference, and then your design won't be the same. Let's see. Oh, this is what it did. I kind of want it in a different cartoon style. Let's do it again. Click on this. I'm going to say that's create this same image, but in a nicer looking, fun cartoon style. Let's see what it does. I think I gave it too many instructions the first time. So let's see. All right. It says it's done. I put it on page 4. Let's see. Yeah, that's great. I love that cartoon style. I think it's a lot better. I'm going to remove the background. Let's see if we can do that. Yes, yes. All of that is great. Okay, I didn't know that was going to happen. And they cut off the foot here. Not to worry. I'm going to put all this together. Okay, so I think what I can do, let's see if there's a background. So I'm going to put a black background here. Oh, not bad. It removed the background. That's awesome. One step that I don't have to do. I kind of want to have his foot fixed here. So I'm going to hit edit, and they do have a tools here. So I'm going to see all tools, and they have this magic expand, which is a pro feature. I'm going to click on that. Let's see if this will help with the foot here. I'm going to expand the foot just like that. Enough space for the foot. Hopefully it fixes it and not put different toes. We'll see. I'm going to hit expand here and see what happens. Hey, not bad. I think those toes could work. Let's see this one. That's not bad. That one's kind of weird. We got choices here. At least it's not a cutoff foot. Let's see which one is the best one. That's kind of a weird one. I think this one's probably the best one. I'm going to also put something over it, so we'll kind of try and hide it. I'm going to hit done. And so now we still have the white background. Guess what? We can hit background remover, also a pro feature, clicking on that, and great. Okay, I think we got a great photo now. I think this is a lot better than that, in my opinion. So next things, we need the text. So I'm going to go to text here. One thing that I like is that a lot of times we have some text combos or some font combos. You can see font combo here. And we can use some of these that's already, so we don't have to like look for different ones. So I am going to do that. I'm going to use this custom paint one. Boom. I think it works really well. Of course, on black, I'm going to have to ungroup this and then change this one to white. Let's see. I can't really see it. Let's move that down. It's somewhere back here. There we go. And white. Okay. So instead of custom paint, I'm going to do what this said. It said mid-year report. So let's do that. And let's make this bigger, just like that. I'm like using this one because I think this stands out, this font, more than this one. It's still kind of handwritten, but this one's just kind of plain, whereas this one is very striking. So I'm going to use the same colors that we have here. So one way to do that is click on here, do the eyedropper tool, and maybe drop the red that's on Santa's hat there. It's kind of dark for black, so maybe I'll do the pink that's here. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Or let's see, maybe this brighter red that's down here, that could work. Also, if it's not bright enough, I can come in here, change it up a little bit, make sure it's red. I can do that as well. So keeping it that color, I also want to make mid-year bigger. So I'm going to move this in the front. I can do the position right here. And let's see, forward or to front. I'm going to do to front and make this bigger so they can read that. Mid-year, and then report in back of it. But then I want this in the front of it. So I'm going to do position as well, and with this to the front, so that's kind of overlapping. So we have these layers on here, and don't forget the hand. This hand is a separate thing for some reason. They did it like that, but it's okay. I'm going to have to move this to the front as well, to front. So that works. I think they made it separate because then I can like turn it too, right? That's kind of cool. So maybe I turn it. All right. So, the next line here is still naughty. Let's try this one here. I think that works really well. And because there's this like brush stroke thing here for these letters, I'm going to play with that by looking up a brush stroke line. So brush line here. Yeah, let's see. Maybe a thick one. Yeah, there's a thick one here. This one's pretty thick. This one's thick too. We got a bunch here. Let's choose this one. Yeah, that's great. And we're going to make it the same red like that. So I'm coming here and use the same red. That works. And maybe, tilt it a little bit. So it kind of feels, we're kind of doing the same kind of brush and brush, right? And then this one will be, we also want this to be on a layer. We can do right click instead of just that position here, layer, and bring to front. There we go. And so this will be inside that. I kind of want to fill in the space. He kind of looks like he's floating in the air. So I want to put some water behind it. So Let me move some of these down here just so we can see the water. Okay, so the water would be right around here. So let me try and look like water. Water lines? That could work. Yes, possibly this one or this one. Let's try this one. If we just put this back here, kind of gives it the illusion that there's water. I'm going to send this to the back. Right click and send to back. Let's look at magic recommendations. Oh yeah, we have a bunch. Let me try this one. All right. Move this like that. Maybe like that. Send this to the back. Yeah, I think that's working out. Now, I'm going to try and put something, I like putting little design elements as you saw in this one. There's like snowflakes and dots and things. So I think that kind of works out, having something big and then small and small, like having the details in there just to sell it a little bit. I'm going to move this away. I kind of like this one the best. Let me duplicate that. So I have it here, and then we can flip this horizontal, and, make it like that. And let's bring this back somewhere the hand. Hey, that's where it's looking good. Okay. And then I just want some little stars like this. Maybe this 4-point star. Let's see how that looks. And let's make that white so it stands out. There we go. We have some little white things. I'm going to put one on his toe there just to make sure that it's not too crazy. If the AI did something wrong in here, that's one way to kind of fix it. We got this. And we also want to make big and small on these too. So I'm going to do some smaller ones here. Maybe some bigger ones here. And I'm holding down Option and dragging. So if I hold down Option and drag this, it makes a copy, which is really nice. All right. Maybe too many of these. I'm going to kind of balance it out, make some bigger and smaller, and maybe turn them since we can. I'm going to turn them so they're not all straight. Give it a little more interest again on here. All right, not bad. Not bad. What do you guys think? I think this will stand out. Is this a better improvement than this? I think so. The art style is just okay, but this one really pops in my opinion. Using AI, the shiny highlights and makes it really look like a floaty. And Santa's having a good time. He's holding a drink, whereas this one, he was just lying there and not really doing anything naughty besides being in the pool. But this one's a little more naughty, I guess, because he's drinking. And he's very happy in this one, where this one, you can't really see his expression as much. So this one's definitely, in my opinion, I think does a lot better. And then we have this kind of more rough, naughty, I guess, a little bit with the distressed. And the font in here, this brush font, I think does really well. I'm going to center this a little bit better and make that, and make sure this is centered too. You can kind of see that middle line on here. I also want this a little centered. Pretty good. Okay. If we change the background, we can see if we missed anything. So let's see it on a light background. Yeah, I think that still works. It will work on maybe a dark gray. That still works. Let's see, on red, it wouldn't work so much because we have red text, but on like a dark blue or something, we could do that. I think it works best on black. Whoops, black right there. And maybe even a dark gray. So we can come in here and maybe look at a little bit darker. So when we export it, what we want to do is hit share. We want to download. We want to make sure it's a PNG. Size 1 is fine because we did it at 4500 by 5400 is our artboard size. And make sure to hit transparent background. Now we only want number 4. So don't select all. We're going to come down here and do number 4. I'm going to hit done like this and download, and I'll show you what it looks like. It should have the background knocked out, and it'll be ready to put on t-shirts, either on Etsy, through Printify, Amazon, Redbubble, wherever you sell these. So let me pull this up real quick and I'll show you all right, there you go. This is the final. You can see the gray is signifying that there's no background on here, and I think it looks great. It's a good way to kind of check it one more time before you upload it. And you can see everything looks great. There's the background remover worked fantastic. The drink and the artwork is way better than it was before. I love this kind of cartoon art style with you have the highlights and the shadows, and a lot more expressive too, right, on there. So I think this will definitely get a lot more sales than the other one. And I'm going to put it up for sale and let you know how well it does, because I think this is something I would actually put up on my shop too. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully in a month or two, I can report that I got some sales with this one. So there you go. That's how I would fix this Christmas design. And I think it turned out great. If you like doing design challenges like this, make sure to stop by the Shirt Heads. We have lots of fun there and we talk about t-shirts all the time. I'll put a link in the description for it. Thanks again for watching. And as always, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.